What's up, Sam? Over? You alright? Very nice. Y'all live in Rush. I see y'all every time.
Three, two, one.
Thank you. You may be seated.
Good evening. My name is Chad Bynum, and I have the honor of serving as principal at Lincoln High School. And on behalf of myself and Mr. Matt Brooks, assistant principal, and the entire staff at Lincoln High School, I would like to welcome you to Keith Howard Memorial Stadium and the 2020-21 commencement ceremony. We're excited to be able to have an in-person ceremony tonight. There are just a couple of guidelines that I need to make everyone aware of. During the ceremony, please be mindful and respectful that everybody is here to see their child, and just be mindful of them as you cheer your child on for receiving their diploma. At the conclusion of tonight's commencement, we're going to make time for family and friends to take pictures on the field. What we ask is that we refrain from coming onto the field until the graduates have gone back inside to collect their paperwork. And once they have done this, those that want to will come back out and take pictures with friends and family. I appreciate your understanding with the guidelines, and I'm thrilled to be able to celebrate this evening with you, our family. At this time, I would like to extend a special welcome to Talladega County Coordinator of Secondary Services, Mr. Griff Hill, Talladega County, City of Lincoln Police Chief Darren Britton, Principal at Charles R. Drew Middle School, Mr. Tim Young, Assistant Principal at Drew Middle School, Ms. Shannon Hill, and newly appointed Principal at Lincoln Elementary School, Ms. Anna Jones. To the staff of Lincoln High School, I'm continually amazed at your level of passion and commitment when it comes to our students, and this year is no exception. You made split-second adjustments in order to successfully meet the academic and supportive needs of our students, and I can honestly say that this group of extraordinary individuals are some of the finest professionals that I and Mr. Brooks have ever been associated with. Finally, but certainly not least, I would also like to thank the Lincoln community at large. Your patience and understanding with the guidelines that we had to implement this year has not gone unnoticed. Supporting us with all of the protocols we had to put in place to ensure that our kids had as close to a normal year as possible. While this year did look different, there were many elements that we enjoyed in which we were not completely sure that we would be able to take part in. Every one of our athletic teams were able to complete their entire season completely uninterrupted. We did not have to close our doors one time. We were able to have a traditional prom. Our seniors enjoyed their senior picnic along with their senior walk at the elementary school, and finally an in-person commencement ceremony. So at this time, I would like everyone to give a round of applause and welcome our guests of honor, the 2021 senior class of Lincoln High School. The next part of our program is one that is near and dear to my heart. During a child's time in school, they encounter at minimum 59 teachers in a classroom setting. And the impact that a teacher can have on a child's life from kindergarten through graduation cannot be adequately measured, but it is unmistakable that teachers play a pivotal role in shaping us into the people that we will become. While every teacher makes an impact, we all remember that teacher that reached us on an entirely different level. Graduation is an opportunity for students to say thank you. Thank you for caring, thank you for inspiring me, and thank you to those special people beyond their family that made a meaningful impact on their lives. At this time, I would like to call our students to the podium one at a time, beginning with Jaden Hedrick, to present their 2020-21 Golden Apple Awards.
Hello, my name is Jane Hedrick. It's lovely to meet all of you. Now, the Golden Apple Award is given to the teacher that had the biggest impact on each of our lives here at Lincoln High School. It is a way to thank them for helping us work towards the future and achieve success. Given such a definition, it's only natural that my award goes to Mr. Brian Kelly. He has put up with my antics for 4 years. I'm always making fun of him, always messing around. Through all the years, he has helped me with my career and has helped me figure out exactly how I'm going to go about my life as a cybersecurity specialist, if you will. Through the 6-hour-long Cyber Patriot competitions and the weekend rocketry builds, through such clubs and teams, I have been open to many new things, from learning new ways to hack into the system to enjoying pizza that we would always get on the weekends. I swear I gained about a pound or 2 from all that pizza. I am very happy to award this to him because he has helped his students as well as my own family. We can never forget the memories we made in his classroom and on that road trip to the TARC Nationals. I am sure that everyone in Skills USA, Cyber Patriot, and rocketry feel the exact same way as I do. Thank you, Coach Kelly, for the food and for nurturing my talents.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Micaiah Green. Apples, also known as the silver bough and the fruit of the gods, have long held sway in many cultures and traditions around the world. In the Norse pantheon, apples are sacred to Eden, goddess of youth, who guards an orchard of golden apples that only she can pick. The golden apples of Eden are what grants the Norse gods their youth and vigor, and because of this, she was considered to be an indispensable presence in the Norse world of Asgard. The apples are beautiful, solid gold, and they possess the power to bestow immortality to those who partake in the captivating fruit. These apples were crucial to the complex structure of the Norse pantheon and coveted by the gods and goddesses who enjoyed them. Similar to this, teachers are of paramount importance in the structure of our education system. My nomination for Golden Apple is Ms. Edmondson. Many of you know her as the pre-calculus with trigonometry, algebra with finance, and AP calculus teacher. Others know her as the yearbook advisor / sponsor. Regardless of how you know her, I hope that you all have had the opportunity to meet this incredible woman. Ms. Edmondson is the best teacher, yearbook advisor, and role model I could have ever asked for. Her enthusiasm, compassion, and contagious smile are just a few noteworthy things about her. Walking into Ms. Edmondson's classroom for either yearbook or pre-calculus immediately lifted my spirits, even on the darkest of days. She's a literal ray of sunshine, and even when she's exhausted or stressed or anxious, she always manages to maintain her positive and cheery disposition. Her geniality kept me grounded on some of the toughest days of my high school career, and she's one of the first teachers who made me realize that my self-worth had nothing to do with my grades or academic performance, but rather the things that I loved in life. She is supportive of her students' creative endeavors, constantly encouraging those who enjoy things such as graphic design and photography to pursue those arts. Whenever her students give her a small doodle or drawing on a sticky note, she always puts it on her wall or somewhere on her desk. She always made sure to take note of the little things about each and every one of her students, including me. If she saw someone was looking sad, she'd ask if everything was okay and offer to let them catch a break in the bathroom. If she saw someone was struggling with schoolwork or a yearbook spread, she'd do everything in her power to help. If she saw that one of her students was hungry and lunchtime just wasn't coming fast enough, she'd offer a granola bar. When I volunteered to take photographs during a football game, she wasn't concerned about the pictures. She was more concerned about the fact that one of her students would be standing out in 40-degree weather. That evening, when she found out that I didn't own a pair of winter gloves or a cap, she immediately volunteered to buy me some. This is a day that I will never forget because it showed me the true and deep love and admiration that Ms. Edmondson has for her students. That day showed me that she genuinely saw her occupation as a way to make lasting impacts on those she taught. Ms. Edmondson, thank you for being an amazing educator, but most importantly, thank you for just being you. You are an amazingly considerate person who sacrifices so much for the sake of educating future generations. I wholeheartedly believe that if I hadn't met you, I wouldn't be standing here today, and I'm grateful for all you've done for my peers and I.
evening, everyone. I'm here to give my Golden Apple Award to a teacher that I believe is more than worthy of this title and more. It's been said, the mediocre teacher tells, the good teacher explains, the superior teacher demonstrates, and the great teacher inspires. It's clear tonight that we're in the presence of greatness. This teacher has been that great teacher and that inspiration to me for the last 3 years. Tonight, I'm honored to present my Golden Apple Award to Miss Wendy Roberts. Miss Roberts was my pre-AP and AP chemistry teacher, along with my AP physics teacher. Now, I don't want to use the word teacher lightly or as one simple description for her because she's so much more. Not only was she my teacher, but she's been my mentor, my friend, an inspiration, my therapist, and a second mother. I'll never forget the days upon days that I would spend 4 periods straight in her classroom. The laughs we had, the long conversations about who knows what, the advice she gave me, and just the simple company that she would share with me. Miss Roberts never turned me away and always made sure on those days that I spent the entirety in her room, that I had every single assignment for her class done, and done correctly. No student who's ever had Miss Roberts' class could ever forget her or the memories made in her room. Whether they're good or bad, it's not possible. When you think of her, you probably remember her favorite line. She's probably calling you a dingleberry, or the countless labs like tie-dyeing or making ice cream with liquid nitrogen. You'll probably remember the 200 plus problems of balancing equations and staying after school to finish quests. If you know those, you know those. If you need to know something, and then some, Miss Roberts is your person. I've never met someone who knew so much about everything and would gladly share every ounce of knowledge they had on that subject with you. Miss Roberts is one of the most determined, strong-willed, and persistent people I've ever met. If she has something she strives to do, she will do it, and she will not do it half-heartedly. That determination carries on to her students. She's by far the most selfless teacher I've ever had, rarely ever missing school, coming on weekends to hold study sessions, not to mention bringing her iconic Rotel dip, staying after school for hours on end, giving up every day of the week for her students. She's never given up on me, and I truly believe I've become a better person after these 3 years with her. I want to thank her for her persistence and her kindness. I owe her my success and my growth. Growing up is hard, but if we still remember the values that we were taught in school by our teachers, we could easily face real-world problems. Our teachers teach us to fight for our problems and not run away from them, but face them bravely. I've truly been blessed to have met this wonderful woman, and I hope that one day I can be as smart, dedicated, and selfless as her. And to all the educators we honor here tonight, congratulations. Thank you for inspiring our children. To any child or student who has Miss Roberts in the future, good luck. You're going to be grateful for her.
Hello, I'm Alexia Yarbrough. In an old Greek myth, the goddess Eris grew angry with the failure of a god and goddess to not send her an invitation to their wedding. Of course, this did not bode well, for Eris just so happened to be the goddess of chaos and discord. So with revenge in mind, she did what she knew best, and discord among 3 other goddesses ensued at the wedding. She did so by throwing a golden apple into a crowd at the wedding. On this apple was scribed the words, "To the fairest." The 3 goddesses, Hera, Aphrodite, and Athena, began to fight over who the apple was meant for, and in order to finally clear it up, they entrusted a human named Paris to tell them who should receive the apple. Paris struggled with this decision heavily. It was not exactly a win-win situation. But finally, with a promise to be married to the woman of his dreams, Paris chose Aphrodite as the fairest. The other 2 goddesses despised this answer, and decided that retribution was the best answer to Paris' betrayal. Hera and Athena brought devastation to Paris and his family, and according to the legend, the clamor eventually led to the start of the Trojan War. Luckily, I won't be throwing an apple into a crowd of vengeful goddesses today. But as the decision was hard for Paris, it was not hard for me. And though I had to pick between an abundance of amazing teachers, One stood out for her dedication to her students and her way of teaching. Our amazing Spanish teacher, Miss Woods. Words can't begin to describe the positive impact she's had on my life. From thoughtful discussions to making raps about the conjugations of Spanish words. There was never a dull moment in her class. As someone who grew up around my culture and is proud of their Mexican heritage, I can say that Miss Woods has taught me things about the customs and traditions of my ancestors and family that I didn't learn growing up. Walking into her classroom, I was always greeted with a buenas tardes, or good afternoon. And I know that as I get ready to leave the field and make my way into a new life, I'll most likely be met with a buenas noches. Ms. Woods, thank you for connecting me to my culture, creating a fun class environment, and allowing us room to grow and make mistakes. Your patience was by far the most admirable thing about you. I seriously don't know how you did it. Our class had a habit of being loud and joking around a lot, and instead of telling us to immediately quiet down, you joked with us until we calmed down and were ready to learn. This is the type of reaction that will stick with most of us forever, because instead of being met with resistance, we were met with compassion and understanding, as you have from my aunts and me, and how you will from my brothers in a couple of years. I know that you will continue to make a positive impact on your students. Gracias por todo, y to the fairs, Ms. Woods. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Ethan Neighbors, and I've been assigned the daunting task of selecting one teacher who has inspired me the most. This is a very difficult task for me because I have been blessed to be surrounded by amazing teachers since I was born. Of course, my first and most important teacher in my life was my mother. She's a kindergarten teacher, so I was born with a book in my hand and magnetic letters on the refrigerator. My grandfather was also a teacher. He didn't actually teach me in a school setting, but he taught me the most important things in my life, my morals and the Bible. These two educators in my life lay the foundation for who I am today. However, when I think about what teacher here at Lincoln inspired me the most, I've had many excellent teachers and I love all of them, but only one person has inspired me and helped me choose my career path. I met this man when I was a young, immature freshman, and I walked to his classroom not knowing what to expect. I'd heard horror stories about him, and yes, they were all true. Mr. Edwards had a reputation of being a hard teacher, and he certainly was. I can't tell you how many hours I spent studying for his test that never seemed to help. However, when I took the AP History exam, I was confident I passed the exam. All that lecturing and studying had paid off, and Mr. Ed called and talked to me after that exam, which made a huge impression on me. Mr. Harvey Edwards not only taught me history, he taught me to love our country and not be afraid to say it. Mr. Ed has inspired me to be a history teacher so I can continue to teach others about the past and so we don't repeat the same mistakes. Thank you, Mr. Ed, for all the lectures, the study guides I had no answers on them, and for all your stories. I hope I can be half the teacher that you were to me. Mr. Ed, you inspired my future by teaching me about the past. Thank you so much.
Preschool, elementary school, middle school, and high school. We spent roughly 14 to 15 years of our lives in school, and many of us are preparing to spend another 4 to 8 years furthering our education. Approximately 15 to 20% of our lives are spent in schools. It is inside of these institutions that we begin to scratch the surface of what life is really like. It is in our schools where we begin to learn who we are. We learn our likes and dislikes, our favorite genres of music, what style of clothing we're drawn to, and the list goes on and on. Although the majority of us dreaded waking up at 6 a.m. every morning to go to school for 7 or more hours, 5 days a week, we can all agree that we wouldn't trade the memories we made for the world. The last 2 years have been wearisome and difficult for all, but we've persevered and done everything in our power to make these last few years count. Now look at us. We're finally about to graduate, marking the start of a brand new, exciting chapter in our lives. Many of us probably thought we'd never see this day, but it's finally here, and we deserve to live this moment to the fullest. When we first entered Lincoln High School, we were seen as the annoying freshmen crowding up the hallways. But eventually, we came to see the upperclassmen's hatred for us as a rite of passage. Movies such as High School Musical and Mean Girls, and TV shows such as Degrassi and Pretty Little Liars gave us all a glamorized idea of what high school was supposed to be. As soon as we finished our first week of freshman year, we were faced with the glaring reality that the majority of what television told us was far from the truth. There were no musical numbers, we had to adhere to a strict dress code, and there wasn't an infinite amount of time in between classes. At the start of each new school year, my mom would sit me down the night before and talk with me about how I felt about the upcoming year. I'd express my worries, and she'd tell me what she told me every year. This is the easiest it's going to be. It only gets harder from here, but I believe that you can do it. Stepping foot into the building, I remembered the words of my mother, and I held it near and dear to my heart as each school year passed. Year after year passed in a blur of frenzy. We used to think that our senior year of high school couldn't come fast enough, but before we knew it, we were paying for our caps and gowns and purchasing cords. I often found myself longing for the simplicity and ease of elementary school. I missed art and music class. I missed field days. I missed when math had only numbers. I missed getting gold stars for good work, and most of all, I missed nap times. Many of us don't remember much of elementary school, but the memories we can recall are vivid yet brief, and they often involve someone that we're still friends with to this day. For example, I remember that in Miss Tigg's first grade class with my friend Gabriella George, and I nearly got our apples moved down a level, which signified misconduct back then, for playing tic-tac-toe on a piece of paper towel after we finished our spelling test. I also remember laughing until my stomach hurt and I fell out of my chair in Mr. Hopkins' 5th grade class because of a joke my friend Kanami Welchel told me. I truly believe that it's memories like these, along with the support of our friends, family, and teachers, that got us through some of the most difficult and stressful days of our academic careers. High school was tumultuous, to say the least, but the good moments are irreplaceable. Many of my good memories include the clubs and organizations I was an active part of. Before we left middle school, our 8th grade teachers made sure to emphasize the importance of our freshman year, and many of them encouraged us to join at least one club, school organization, or sport. As soon as I settled my 3-ring binders and college ruled notebooks in my locker, I made it my responsibility to find an organization that worked for me and my academic goals. Lincoln High School has a wide variety of clubs and career technology classes that students can participate in. There's Skills USA, SGA, Yearbook, FCCLA, FFA, FBLA, Drama, and more. I found my place in several clubs, including FBLA and Yearbook. These organizations helped me hone my leadership, communication, and creative skills, and I don't have nearly enough words to express the impact that these clubs had on my life and the young woman standing before you today. FBLA granted me the chance to travel and compete at the state and national level competitions, serve my community through volunteer work, and meet new people to create long-lasting connections. In 2019, my partner and I won first place in hospitality management at FBLA state competition. And because of this, we had the incredible opportunity to attend FBLA Nationals, which was held in the beautiful city of San Antonio, Texas. I got to fly on an airplane for the very first time, eat authentic food outside of the Tower of Americas, feed a giraffe, and experience the beauty and allure of the Riverwalk. In Yearbook, I got the chance to help create something amazing that many people will still have 20 to 30 years from now. The feeling you get when you see people holding and complimenting something you helped create is unparalleled. Additionally, in the drama club, I fell in love with the preparation and details of going to producing a play. Drama club also gave me a friend that I'll never forget, Hallie Williams. She was this glamorous and charismatic person who had the warmest and most compassionate personality I had ever come across. I already knew her because we had pre-AP biology together, and we briefly sat at the same table. But our friendship truly blossomed when I had to step in and take another student's place in our play that year. I never actually tried out for a role, since I only intended to help with makeup and stage design, but somehow I found myself playing the role of Hair in the 2017-2018 production of Oz. However, Hallie was so warm and comforting that I forgot every single anxiety affecting me during our dress rehearsals and performances. I'll never forget the memories made behind the scenes of that play, and I'll always cherish the confidence that she helped instill in me. High school wasn't what we thought it would be, especially with the addition of a global pandemic. These past 4 years have flown by, and since many of us started out in the same kindergarten classes, we've watched each other mature into the young adults sitting here today. Class of 2021, you've shown your strength in the face of adversity and flawlessly conquered every obstacle presented to you. Congratulations. Give yourself a round of applause. We made it.
Thank you, Micaiah, for that great look back. It's really brought back memories, some that I'll never forget. Well, congratulations. You're moving forward in life. You're completing a new chapter alongside people that you might not see again. So I encourage you to take this opportunity and enjoy your time that you have here tonight. We have been through a lot together, from the dramatic snowstorm in 5th grade where we were stuck because the buses couldn't get going. It was very sad. To the worldwide pandemic that is already in the history books. Now, these last 13 years are something that we couldn't have gotten through without the support of everyone here today and everyone watching from home. I would like to take a moment and thank everyone here and everyone watching. Without the support from family, friends, staff, and fellow students, we wouldn't be here today. I would specifically like to thank my parents for putting up with my late night meltdowns because I messed up something on an assignment. It was hectic. I would also like to thank my grandmother for driving me to and from school because me and my brother didn't really want to take the bus, but it's okay. Now, I believe this is the part where I give advice to my fellow graduates here. Hopefully you will remember a few words given here today. Now, when you think of a speech, I looked up how-tos and different examples. YouTube tutorials are very helpful, and there's a lot of information that can be taken from them. While searching the web, I found something interesting. Today, May 27th, the day we're graduating, is on the day of National No Fear Day. Now, isn't that something? We are graduating, starting the rest of our lives on a day where there is to be no fear in mind. Now this, I thought it's something I can work with. Fear is an ultimate killer of dreams. We stop in our tracks, fearing that something bad will happen if we try. We don't tell our crush we like them, or ask them out for a date out of fear of rejection. We don't take risk out of the fear of failure, and we don't stand out of crowds out of the fear of being ridiculed. We play it safe and go for something less risky. That's why we rate the risk versus reward. So something less risky, it gives you less of a reward. However, if we were to take a leap of faith, risk the most, we would gain the most. Today on National No Fear Day, I encourage you to not fear rejection, to not fear ridicule, and to not fear the risk. Take a chance, reap the rewards, and never fear failure, for you will never gain. As Franklin D. Roosevelt once said, you have nothing to fear but fear itself. So I encourage you to stare fear in the face and call it yesterday's problem. Now, for my fellow anime enthusiasts out there are a few. Naruto Uzumaki. You might not know this, but it's a popular character from an anime. He has his own little saying that he would scream aloud whenever he was facing an adversary. I'm not going to run away. I never go back on my word. That is my ninja way. From a young age, I watched this character face fear head on. 720 episodes, 10 movies, not counting the series of his son. Most of us don't. And not once did he turn back when facing fear. Not once. He grew up with no parents, an outcast in the village. He fought every day and worked hard, never turning back and having his heart set on being the leader of the village, also known as the Hokage. Now, many will say that this is just a TV show, but it's more than that, because this young orphan outcast became the Hokage. Not only that, he became the great hero of the 5 nations. It's an inspiration to be true to yourself, follow your dreams, and make them a reality, just like Naruto Uzumaki. Now, before I close my speech, I would like to leave you with the most important advice I could ever give. Your life is your own. Don't waste it trying to be what others expect you to be, for you will only lose who you are. Don't sacrifice your happiness to make everybody happy, for you will never be able to experience the happiness you're meant to have. Don't give up on your dreams to build other people's dreams, for you will live a life that is not meant to be yours. Your life is your own. Be who you want to be. If there's anything to take away from this speech today, it should be that you should take the risk and be your own person as you go through life. Side note, today is also Grape Popsicle Day. So, everyone out there, grab yourself a grape popsicle, celebrate your graduation, and don't fear what tomorrow may bring. Thank you so much.
Will the candidates for graduation please rise? Jesse Holland Barrington. Gracie Morgan Crump. Kaylin J. Ellison. Asia Ayana Garrett. Siete Amor Garrett. Mary Kinsley Gaston. Bailey Mackenzie Gowers. Dylan Brett Latter. Tammy Danielle Lesser. Brianna Rochelle Matthews. Roy Dale Proctor Jr. Zaria Cherie Rivers. Bailey Elise Ruggs. Carson Bell Ruggs. Kenzie Faith Smith. Gregory Sean St. John. Lauren Ashley Townsend. Darby Ann Waters. Mallory Faith Webster. Robert Jackson Wiley. Haley Nicole Ashley. Xavier Dejan Black. Desmond Trevant Bradford. Caitlin Jane Brass. Noah Monroe Brooks. Brian Xander Brown.
Good job.
Nelson Connor Bride. Amber Nicole Busnell. Cameron Celeste Carr. Kayla Nicole Chappell. Parker Gray Clardy. Kaylee Ann Claiborne. Lauren Elizabeth Cooley. Amity Faith Cooper. Quentin Wandez Cotton. Alexis Marie Cruz. Jalen Marquez Curry. Rodria Chandrikia Alexis Curry. Christopher Kamen Darty. Jeffrendrick Tarali Davis. Justin Dwayne Davis. Andrew Robert Dicker. Justin Michael Dicker. Terry Lynn Delani Donaldson. Caitlin Nicole Duncan. Jada Nicole Donaway. Levant Sean Finley. Zachary Thomas Gaither. Brian Curtis Garrett. Mark Anthony Garrett Jr. Takiria Washay Garrett. Gabriella Reese George. Zaria Shantia Kentavia Griffin. Jasmine Lenore Heflin. Emily Diane Liana Henson. Corey Lee Higgins. Haley Michelle Hill. Trevon Quentin Lee Hines. Seth Andrew Hobbs. Damian Trey Hunter. Haley Elizabeth Hurt. Joseph Mason Ingram. Skylar Diane Jackson. Rena Elizabeth Lynn Lackey. Madison Blair Lackey. Kaylee Rebecca Lassiter. Trent Brandon Lee. Grace Nicole Lynn. Brody Clay Poss. Logan Eugene Lomelli. LeBraylon Deshaun Looney. Carly Deanne Lloyd. Daniel Lee Madden. Isabella Jolie Manler. Christian Chance Martin. Genesis R.E. McClellan. Dylan Thomas Miles. Elizabeth Cheyenne Mills. Logan James Milstead. Victoria Catherine Mink. Destiny Storm Mitchell. Taylor Cheyenne Mitchell. Haley Grace Mullinax. Jordan Tyler Nunez. Abigail Brooke Parton. Caitlin Amaya Payton. Tristan Cole Payton. Kendria LaDebra Perkins. Hayden Kai Phillips. Dalton Lee Popham. Mary Jo Christine Redifer. Destiny Grace Salter. Marquise Deshaun Scott. Trayvon McCaleb Scott. Jacob Wesley Sheffield. Jadarius LeCedric Simmons. Christina Rebecca Smith. Destiny Shade Smith. Adam Russell Spears. Isaiah Jerome Stockdale. Tamara Lorraine Strong. Nelson Eugene Summers. Brittany Monet Swain. Samuel David Sweeney. Allison Nicole Teasley. Aaliyah Zenora Terrell. Emery Lane Thompson. Alana Nicole Tollison. Kendrick Latrell Truss. Asia Cheyenne Turner. Caitlin Brianna Tyson. Jalen Nicole Vega. Tristan Michael Vite. Tremail Latavius Webster. Brian Craig White. Winston Chase White. Abigail Lee Bell. Daniel Christopher Wilde. Damon Sean Wilkerson. Jaden Elijah Wilson. Latavius Dontravius Wilson. Ethan Samuel Neighbors. Alexia Nicole Yarborough. Konami Renee Welchel. Micaiah Janae Green. Jaden Elise Hedrick.
Would the graduates please rise? By the power vested in me by the State Superintendent, Dr. Eric Mackey, and Talladega County Superintendent, Dr. Suzanne Lacey, I now confer upon you the rights and privileges of 2020-21 graduates of Lincoln High School, with all the privileges thereof. Congratulations. At this time, for the last time, Samuel Sweeney will lead us in the singing of your alma mater.
All right, class of 2021, let's sing it. All right, everybody, I want everybody to sing it. All right. Lincoln High, dear alma mater, to thee our love we bring. To our happy school day, we will always sing. Steadfast, loyal, ever true to thee, we'll always sing. Gold and black and red, in our hearts to thee.
Just a reminder as we begin the recession out, once the graduates have left the field, family and friends, if you wish to come and take pictures, you can feel free to come down to the field, and as soon as they collect their paperwork, they will come back out to take those pictures. Once again, please, a round of applause for the 2021 graduates of Lincoln High School.
Oh,